Hey, beautiful people. I am Shemeka Wright, your self-care advocate, and this is Balanced Life. This week, we are talking about intentions and forgiveness of self when those intentions don't go according to plan. So before we get into that, of course, we must discuss our candle of the week, and it is the Sunday intentions. So Sunday intentions is part of a trio, and the entire trio is called the Weekend Vibe. There is a Friday night vino, a Saturday vibes, and then there's the Sunday intentions candle. I designed the Sunday intentions candle to get you prepared for your week ahead in your mind, your body, and your spirit. It has notes of lemongrass, orange, ozone, lemon, jasmine, green tea, and light musk notes. We're actually going to light this baby while we discuss our topic today. So this will definitely be linked in our description. You are more than welcome to get yourself one, but let's get into this topic about intentions and forgiveness when those intentions don't go according to plan. Friend this week, and come to find out that they found themselves in a very sticky situation. There were two siblings that are not supposed to be interacting with each other due to some family conflict. My friend is still friends with one sibling and still friends with the other. Now, the siblings want to interact with one another, but due to the family dynamic, they aren't supposed to. Due to some things that have happened within that family, they aren't supposed to. So my friend, not knowing all of the details of what had happened and the reason why they weren't able to talk with each other, connect, etc., decided to be the middle person to keep the communication open between the two of them. So it would be simple things like, hey, tell them that I love them. Hey, tell them that I miss them. Sure. The friend is just delivering the message, feeling like they're helping everybody out. Helping this one here, helping this one there. Well, guess what? It blew up. So it blew up to a point where now my friend is sitting here and is like, now everybody is mad at me for keeping the communication open between two people that had no business communicating. And I didn't even know what was the reason. Now I'm being told I need to mind my business. I need to stay out of it. I'm listening. Okay? Ears wide open and I'm listening. And so after they finished sharing with me and was like, you know what? I'm just going to leave it alone. I'm going to stay out of it. I'm not going to be bothered with it at all. Right? They're like, well, what do you think? What do you think, Shemeka? I said, well, it sounds like you had good intentions. It sounds like that you still had this relationship with both sides, and you're like, well, let me be the peacekeeper. That's what it sounds like to me. It sounds like that your intentions were pure. You had a whole thought process that you truly was helping out. The problem here is that you didn't know how deep it went between those folks. You didn't know what was the reason why they were in this estranged relationship. You didn't know, but you thought you were doing the right thing. So now you're sitting here and you're beating yourself up over something that you didn't know the details about it. Okay? I was like, well, first off and foremost, you needed to mind your business. Yeah, let's have that conversation, people. I said, because, you really did insert yourself in a place that you had no business. I understand your intentions. I understand you were coming from a place of harmony, but you still was not minding your business. And when you don't mind your business, y'all, when you don't mind your business, you end up in predicaments that really don't have anything to do with you. One of the things I had told them was that you have to learn how to empathize without adopting other people's problems as your own. If you don't know how to do that, then it is best for you to stay out of things completely, because that really is not your area of expertise of having that power of discernment to know when someone is bringing you in too deep and too far and you need to back off, right? But you have to make that judgment call. You have to know. But first and foremost, mind your business, because now you have invited something into your life that has nothing to do with you. Now you over here and you have discomfort, you pissed off, you sad, you angry, you confused, you going through all the motions when what is going on over there has nothing to do with you. My dude is doing his laundry, so we're gonna keep the footage. Why? Because he lives here. Right? So you're involving yourself in something that has nothing to do with you. Now, once we get past the, okay, I've inserted myself where I had no business, that what they got going on, that's between them. How it is that they resolve it, that's between them. Now, I got to work through being upset. I got to work through being upset with myself. This is where the conversation got deep, because it's now about forgiving yourself for allowing for something to come into your life that had nothing to do with you. And more often than not, we tend to beat ourselves up over things that are outside of our control. Now, it's a different story if you are doing something and it is deliberate. You're deliberately going down the path of your intentions being malicious, spiteful, you're just nosy. That's a different conversation. Don't associate that with this. This is the conversation of you really thought that your actions were in good faith. And when you think that your actions are in good faith, and then it turns around to be that no, it does not work. You have to forgive yourself, because you first and foremost cannot change. We cannot change what has already happened. The only thing you can do is learn from that and not allow for yourself to get pulled into situations in the future. You have to learn how to tell people when they have said enough, or they went too far, or if something that you don't want to be a part of. And that's a boundary. That's a boundary. So what this person said to me was that when me and the people first became friends, I know what it is that I don't like. They know what it is that they don't like. And we never discussed boundaries, which I thought was very interesting, right? Because 9 times out of 10 in friendships, you don't have a boundaries conversation. That got us going in conversation of talking about how even in any type of ship, relationship, friendship, family ship, any type of ship, that as you're continuing to evolve and grow, and everyone's experiencing different things in their lives, boundaries constantly have to be established and grow and change also. So it was like it's like a light bulb, right? Because like I said, you normally don't discuss those things. It's just kind of one of those things like you just kind of know. But you also have to have that power of discernment to say, okay, this is a situation where I need to, boom, cut it. I need to stop it. This doesn't belong to me. This is not my bag to carry. And sometimes when you're in a space and you actually love the people or the friendship, the family ship, the situationship, the relationship, when you're in your ship, sometimes that love can really be blinding, and it can kind of make you not set that boundary to say what does and does not work for you as that relationship continues to evolve. So that then put guilt on the person to say, I should have known better. I knew I wasn't comfortable with this. I should have told them that, y'all should keep me out of this. This doesn't have anything to do with me. But instead, not having that boundary established, not knowing that you need to have those discussions of boundaries as you're continuing to grow and change, and everyone is having different life experiences, not having that, you basically tell someone else yes while telling yourself no. And I said, and that's one of the things that you never are to do. If the situation warrants that you are now telling someone else yes, and it is telling yourself no, it is not going to be anything but a path for stress and anxiety for yourself, because you know deep down inside that you aren't good with the way that things are going. So once you have established your role in the situation, it's like, now what? Because they're still sad and upset. And I'm like, okay, but it's all clear now, right? It's all clear. Everyone knows your position. Everyone knows their position. You're not involved. You're going to stay out of it. No one needs to be biting your head off anymore because it's not your problem. Why are you still upset now? And that's when it came to the part of just recycling and replaying and recycling and replaying and recycling and replaying. And I said, that's one of the things that if you constantly recycle and replay and you never solve, right? As you are continuing on in your years, you are going to come across different people that are going to trigger things in you, and you aren't going to understand why it is that you're spazzing out the way that you're spazzing out. And it can end up coming all the way back to this thing right here because you keep replaying it and you didn't forgive yourself. And every time you replay it, you tap into those emotions. Do you know that when you constantly replay something that made you uneasy, sad, depressed, angry, whatever the emotion, your brain and your body, it doesn't know the difference. It's going to help you respond. It's going to help your body react with all of the emotions as if it's happening in the present moment. And that's the reason why going through and solving the problem, working through it and talking about it, getting it off your chest, doing whatever it is that you need to do to make sure that you're in that healing process, so that when something does come up 5, 10, 20 years ago with someone that has nothing to do with the situation that's happening today, it doesn't impact it, because they're going to be looking at you like, where the hell did all this energy come from? You shouldn't be acting like this serious over it. And you're sitting here just upset because you stewed on it and you let it just eat you up, eat you down. And a lot of times I find myself dealing with that in different situations with adults in my adult life. You really realize once you become more self-aware how many people have not and refuse to really do the work to deal with and forgive the things that they cannot change. So if I can say anything to you to help you in this moment, it would be, if you know that there was something that you had done, that your intentions were pure, you meant well. No, it may not have had the outcome that you would have liked, but please forgive yourself for it. First and foremost, because you were trying to do the right thing. And then secondly, because you cannot change it. And third, don't hold yourself back, because that's what it does. It holds you back emotionally, mentally, and then mentally can connect to physically. And it really can reduce the possibility of your growth, because you have now made yourself stuck in a point in time in life that you cannot change. So if you're going in the path of good intentions, understand that things aren't always going to work out. Understand everyone is not going to appreciate from the direction that you were coming from. But if you know that in your heart, in your mind, in your body, in your spirit, that you were coming from a place of love, from a place of care, then forgive yourself. And then understand that for future, empathize with people without adopting their problems as your own, and mind your business. I promise you, you will be less stressed, and life will be much better for you. The most peaceful people in the world are those that mind their damn business. All right, that is our topic for the week. So let me know, have you ever experienced that? Have you ever went too far and you adopted people's problems as your own, and you really just should have empathized? Did you beat yourself up over it? And if so, how did you learn how to forgive yourself and move on? And are you in a place of minding your business? Because if so, I want to hear from my mind and my business people as well. Guys, thank you so much again for watching this episode. Please remember to like, subscribe, comment, share, and I am going to see you next week, of course. So you are going to what? Stay healthy, stay happy, stay beautiful, stay balanced.